from Tailing the Tape. It's Dre and it's Robbie. We're just getting in. This is episode 21, by the way, for the people listening in on Apple and Spotify. But anyway, yeah, man, fucking, I reposted it up because I know that it was the finished product with the gold, and I had in the 30 minutes, I had 10 people respond to me saying saying that thing was, obviously it was pretty badass. They really liked it. Shit, I had 10 people ask me if we were having shirts made out in Hawaii, out here on the West Coast. So we probably will get some gear going. I already
For
told
sure.
Bobby that in one of the episodes that I was thinking about putting some of that shit on my fight gear, but we're definitely gonna have some tees. So stay tuned to that because that logo right there, my man, bravo. That was a solid design. I got to say that.
Yeah, dude. Thank you very much to my friend Jeff. I've been friends with that kid since middle school. He works for the UFC. He does it
Yeah,
totally unrelated to design or whatever. He just does it on the side. So if you guys
that's pretty
need
dope.
any work from him,
Yeah, holler at him.
holla at him.
That's some
But
dope
that
shit.
leads me into my next fucking exciting announcement, bro. We got a fucking sponsor.
I know, I
Shout
know.
out to Slept On, dude. That's
Slept
so
on.
sick.
We are slept on. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Thank you for connecting with the page and I checked out some of your gear. If people haven't seen them yet, we are slept on. Check their shit out. It's pretty dope streetwear. I gotta say so. It's pretty dope. Did you pick out a shirt that you were gonna rock from them yet or what?
Yeah, dude. I picked out a shirt, sent all that info over, so we should be getting those in the mail soon. And I'll
That's
just send you
what's up.
yours.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to them, man. Thank you, guys, and continue to grow because that's all we're doing right here.
Hell
Just
yeah. Well, shit,
yeah.
man. So there's a bunch of news we got to get into, dude. What do you got? I know you got a bunch of boxing shit. Fucking Lomachenko's giving up money. Fucking
Yeah, yeah. That was the big
Tyson's
fight.
postponed. What you got
Yeah.
for?
Oh yeah, I got some shit about that to say too, man. So okay, so that fight was postponed to the 28th of November. A lot of reasons due to the fact that was it Jake Paul's place got raided. I know that's something I haven't read on, nor do I really give a fuck to read about. But he supposedly had like weapons found at his home, but it had something to do with reports and people. I guess there were some snitches involved, and he got his place raided, and apparently there was a few weapons that he got snagged for. He'll be fine, but it could be the fact that might be some legal issues that he's dealing with that's probably helped postpone that fight to its day. My biggest thing is I think Tyson and Roy probably got into their training camps and felt, a certain type of way, whether Tyson probably didn't feel like he was ready yet or it just wasn't enough time. So I think that has a big part to do with that postponed situation. But on top of that, the co-main event, so it's with a fighter from the Money Team. I used to actually be in his training camps, and we train with the same coach. His name is Badu Jack. He's a two-time world champion representing Mayweather's Money Team. He's fighting at a catch weight, I believe. Like he normally fights at 175, which is light heavyweight. He was a champion there, and then he's fighting a guy by the name of Blake McKernan, representing Sacramento, California, near where I'm at. That's the closest big city I'm near. So he's a big time guy out in Sac, but this is his biggest step up, and I think that had a lot to do in part with them postponing that date too, because they just got this co-main signed up. So it's Badu Jack versus Blake McKernan. Blake McKernan is 13-0 with 6 knockouts. He fights at cruiserweight, which is the 200-pound limit in boxing, and he's kind of a big boy when it comes in regards to his weight and his muscle size. So he's fighting this two-time world champion Badu Jack that I've trained with too. I've trained with both guys. This is the funny thing is Blake McKernan. I've trained with him out there in Sacramento. So it's a big step up for that man in regards to talent, and also this is a pay-per-view event. So big money on these, and if they're not putting fights up for no reason, on pay-per-view. So those are ones to look out for. Blake McKernan from Sacramento, shout out to him, and his team, and Badu Jack, the money team. So there's gonna be a lot of big names out here in this pay-per-view, man. I mean, the whole Tyson Roy Jones thing was a big draw either way. But man, you're gonna get to see some interesting fights. That's a fight I'm interested in because it's at a catch weight. It's at 192. So Badu Jack fights at normally 175. So that's a pretty big step up in weight against a guy who normally fights at 200 pounds.
Oh yeah, that makes a difference.
Yeah, and he's undefeated. So it'll be a big one. And then dude, I gotta bring up Lomachenko because I've been talking about him because a lot to do in part with the fact that you're a big Ryan Garcia fan and they're in the same weight class. So Lomachenko is the top dog in that 135 lightweight class in boxing, and I've talked about him a lot. I've told you to see some of his tapes, but eventually you'll catch some of his highlights. But the fight with Teofimo Lopez, that's another champion at 35, just as good. He's better than Ryan Garcia in regards to talent and skill and strength at that weight class, obviously, and he's a champion. So he's fighting Lomachenko on their now it's official. So what's crazy, bro, is this fight was announced like it was going to happen by Top Rank because they're both Top Rank promoted guys. But Lomachenko, so if people don't know yet, and you obviously know now, Lomachenko was willing to give up over $800,000 of his own purse. He was promised $3.2 million on the minimum, and Teofimo was promised $1.2 million for their matchup, for their title unification. So there's two lightweight belts on the line here. So it's a pretty big fight, but Lomachenko, to him, he doesn't give a fuck. $3 million for him is a normal payday anyway. But Teofimo has been pretty cocky. He's obviously the younger, more brash fighter, and he's also a knockout artist. So, he's coming in there full steam ahead, youth on his side, and obviously he's a bigger shit talker. He's definitely a pretty big social media presence, like Ryan Garcia. Not as big, obviously, but he's definitely up there. And he's been talking a lot of shit with Lomachenko, and Lomachenko is just one of those guys where it's just pure business. Like, he's just that good that he's your true embodiment of a professional. Like, he goes in there when he boxes, he looks like you're playing a legit video game because he's just so skilled, so perfect in his movements. Like, you got to catch some of his fights. But anyway, he's so good. He doesn't give a fuck, man. He put Teofimo on blast by giving that $800,000 part of his deal to Teofimo, because Teofimo was asking for at least another $1 million on top of his 1.2. So, he obviously wanted to break that $2 million mark, which is fair. I think a fighter in his position in the game of boxing, making $2 million instead of 1.2 is, that's a major upgrade. So either way, he's at 2 mil now, and Lomachenko didn't say shit. He just said he was willing to do that. Though now everything's shed into light. Now it just showed that Teofimo, with all the shit talking he's been doing, now it was shown that the guy was still trying to hold out on a fight, because if you're trying to get paid more to fight a guy, and all you've been saying was that you're going to knock this motherfucker out, like, you're definitely scared. So Lomachenko put the kid on blast, paid him another almost $1 million to just embarrass the kid. So I think that's what's going to happen. I'm a big fan of Lomachenko, and I think Teofimo Lopez is truly great. Like I said, 135 is one of my favorite weight classes to watch in boxing. But Lomachenko, I do truly hope he schools this kid and truly shows how good Lomachenko really is, because if he does this to Teofimo, if he finishes the kid, or if he just wins by unanimous decision, even that in dominant fashion, it would Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, no one can touch Lomachenko. And I think the next matchup for Lomachenko that should be plausible after he beats Teofimo is definitely Devin Haney. And then if Ryan Garcia can step up his competition, get past Luke Campbell, which he's got coming up, and then have one more notable opponent at 135, hopefully, maybe what's left over of Teofimo after he gets in the ring with fucking Lomachenko, then we're gonna see the Ryan Garcia's Lomachenko matchup. But like I said, man, that weight class it's so fucking crazy. We can talk about it for hours. But yeah, that's all I've been thinking about on boxing, and I know there's a couple cards, but we can go over that later.
Well, I hope Lomachenko pays this man to beat the shit out of him.
Oh man, isn't that badass, bro?
Dude, you're paying money to beat the shit out of somebody and getting paid for it at the same damn time? That's a win-win. That's a triple win situation, in my opinion.
Well, what he's doing is he's embarrassing the kid because
exactly.
Like Teofimo's been talking mad shit. If you can like pull up some of the shit on like Top Rank or his Teofimo's page on Instagram alone, like you'll see how much shit talking he's done. And for Lomachenko to do that and not even say like one disrespectful word, like was like a big fuck you to the kid. Like, listen, kid, like I don't give a fuck about the money. Like, you really need more money to get in the ring there with me? Fuck it, I'll pay you just so I can embarrass you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's like, I just want to beat somebody's ass.
Yeah, for real.
That's
but
cool
yeah,
swag.
definitely catch his shit. Catch Lomachenko's highlights at least and see the man at work. I mean, watching all his fights just from start to finish, like I said, it's like watching a video game. Like that's how good he is. It's insane.
Yeah, definitely will, bro. I'll check it out later when we get off here.
Absolutely.
That'd be sick.
So what I know that there's a huge card, obviously, and I don't want to spoil the surprise, but DC's fucking very last fight, man, his send off. It's an emotional moment. That's a big one for a lot of MMA fans, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild, bro. It's in the smaller cage at the Apex, so his wrestling will definitely come in handy.
So it's at Apex. Oh man, that's heavy.
Yeah, right down the street from my house, and I can't even go. It's bullshit.
Man, DC's retirement fight, bro. That's a fucking pivotal moment in MMA history.
Yeah, it's huge, dude. No more fucking John Jones feud. No more Stipe feuds. No more crying on TV.
Oh yeah. Well, he'll still be commentating for sure. There's no way he's not going to be in the scene all the time, man. He's meant for that.
That's fine. I love his commentary. Yeah, I like him as a commentator better than I do as a fighter.
For sure. Really. Okay, and that's coming from a pretty knowledgeable MMA fan. I mean, DC's always been a grinder. Even when he's been at the top, when he was champion. I mean, that's his style. NCAA wrestler, man. I mean, and the thing is what I remember about him the most is the fact that he goes above and beyond what's expected. He breaks expectations. I mean, he's small for a light heavyweight, like height wise. Obviously he's a thicker dude. Right. But I mean, if he was like more aesthetic, like a lot of these guys coming up, and more like, like that muscular build that you see a lot of guys coming up in these 205 weight classes, dude, he'd be undersized for 205. I mean, he'd be more suitable at his height for at least middleweight. You know what I mean? So for him to do what he's done at light heavyweight and heavyweight is insane. But this is my question to you and to a lot of the more, I guess you can say, avid MMA fans, is if he wins against Stipe, if he ends this trilogy, ends this saga, and ends his career as heavyweight champion once again, would he be considered best heavyweight of all time in the UFC? Because I know that you think so.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This fight decides the best heavyweight for sure.
But of all time, though. Like
of all time, yeah.
Really?
Over Kane, over JDS, over fucking goddamn, who else? Over those guys? Hell yeah.
Really? Over Kane, over fucking Junior Dos Santos, over Brock Lesnar?
That dude fought twice and he fucking got kicked out for juice, bro.
Listen, bro, It's just because when MMA was exploding, after UFC 100, like there were so many talks that Brock Lesnar's the greatest heavyweight of all time in UFC history. But I'd rather give that title to fucking Randy Couture, bro. If that was the case.
Oh fuck, man, yeah, I can't. I love Randy too, but look at like the people that Stipe has fought and modern. Okay, we'll go modern. Yeah,
modern. Yeah,
best modern heavyweight for sure.
Yes, the best modern day heavyweight. the second generation, as you want to call them, or the next stage. He's definitely in there. And see, I think that's a big motivator of John Jones wanting to step up to heavyweight, because of that beef they got, man. It's so personal and so volatile that John Jones is like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking go to heavyweight. I'm gonna ruin this man's chances at this GOAT status and take it for myself.
They're already trying to sell that trilogy, dude.
Yeah, of course. I know. Of course they would be, dude. That's Dana White salivating at that prospect. You know he is.
Oh hell yeah! And Javier Mendez, fucking DC's coach, is all over that shit already too. He's like, if they give DC a bag of money, he'll do it.
Yeah, you sent me that tweet. I saw that. I can't believe his own coach says that shit. That's some fucking cold shit. That's cold. His coach literally said DC is motivated by money. That's all he gives a fuck about. I'm like, God damn.
For real,
okay.
Bro.
At least the coach knows. Fuck.
I still don't know how. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I still think Stipe's gonna pull it off. I give him
you think so?
Fucking
but Stipe's getting pretty old too, and the injury and the layoff. I mean, how long is this layoff total? 2 years?
2 years. Yeah, they fought last year. He hasn't fought since. His eye he tore his retina. Oh. So yeah, DC tore it actually.
Oh man, isn't that? Oh fucks. Oh dude, speaking of eyes, not to sidetrack, but I just had to finish up my medicals for my fight license for the next 12 months, and I just went to the ophthalmologist, and you got to get your routine eye exam, and I've always had decent vision. I've never had any issues, but both my parents had glasses, right? And come to find out, I had this eye exam yesterday. Dude, I officially need glasses.
Fuck,
I can fight. I have good enough vision to be in the ring. I have good enough vision to fight in any combat sport. But I got astigmatism, and I just found that out.
I got the same shit, dude.
So you got reading glasses, right?
Yeah.
I remember you got some frames, but it's like now it's like I'm at that point. I'm like, holy fuck! Like it's almost it's just a funny thought, but
shit's wild.
Yeah, it's just wild. But get this though, so my right eye obviously has better vision than my left eye, but the reason why my left eye is worse than my right eye is because I stand orthodox. That's what takes all the fucking abuse all the time, dude. And I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, you know what? I told my girl, I was like, man, listen, my fight career is more short term. I'll get a title and I'll just leave that shit short term. I'm like, I'd rather just be like a James Bond villain when I'm fucking all said and done. I'd rather just be something in the background. You don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but man, like that kind of like puts shit into perspective. You know what I mean? As a young fighter trying to come up, as a young fighter trying to start his career. And that's the thing, man. Like you brought up Stipe having a torn retina. Bro, like that's essentially a career-ending situation. I mean, that for any guy, I know that he's not the only one that's coming back from an injury like a torn retina, dude. Like that's and most doctors won't even prove that. Like the fact that he's able to still get back in the octagon after something like that, whether it was major or minor, but if it's a torn retina, you know, that's either way, that's major, no matter how you sugarcoat it. And dude, that's a big situation. But do you think? I think from what I know for both guys, up until this point, is they're at the same point in their careers where they're wear and tear. You know, I mean, DC suffered a couple of knockouts. I mean, DC's been through the pressure cooker himself. So I think match wise, I mean, you couldn't get a more even match in my opinion.
No doubt, dude. Honestly, I think both of them are going to retire after this.
Yeah.
So no matter who wins, there's going to be a vacated heavyweight title.
But do you think that if DC wins and Miocic loses his title reign, you don't think that he's going to want to at least come back, since, he has had that long layoff and maybe he thinks to himself, well, fuck, maybe it was because of the layoff. And if I have a couple more fights in me, I can at least regain that status and then, retire after that. But I mean, is that even a plausible theory?
Absolutely. It's definitely possible. But at that point, he's kind of playing with fire.
Yeah.
Because his whole thing is he wants to go out on top.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't?
Right.
You know what I mean? But Miocic, I mean, I think if he loses to DC in this trilogy, like hopefully it's not a brutal loss. Like if he took some kind of random KO in the mid or late rounds, or just something out of the ordinary where DC just pulls it out of the hat, man. If as long as he doesn't lose in that type of scenario, and let's say he loses by unanimous decision, or even if he gets finished in like the fourth or fifth rounds, I think if he does retire, he wouldn't have any regrets to look back on, because he's accomplished a lot in his career. I mean, he hasn't had a super long career in the UFC, but he was able to do a lot in that amount of time. I mean, he came on the scene later on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has nothing left to prove either.
But you're not a DC fan though.
Not so much. Like I said, I like him commentary, but Octagon DC, no.
Yeah. Are you more into the better strikers?
Yeah, I like the strikers, and I'm a Jones fan, man. I can't like their beef. I'm always siding with Jones on that shit.
Of course. I appreciate Jones to the max, and I don't appreciate him as like a normal casual fan. What I appreciate him as a true artist of combat. I mean, his not just his stand up, but the way he mixes everything and adjusts. It's beautiful. But speaking of you liking strikers, I was just gonna bring up your boy O'Malley, man. I mean, come on. This is his time to shine right now. He's been building this moment. Now he gets to fight during the pandemic, and well, what a better stage to fucking be on this card, man.
Bro, is it bad that I think he's gonna fucking lose?
You think so? So tell me about his opponent, because I haven't really done the research. Yeah, I haven't really done the research yet.
He's never been finished in the UFC. I believe he has like 9 fights.
Okay.
He trains over at Ruka with Perillo.
Okay. Nice.
So the striking, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, so his ground game is better than his striking, which is why he went there in the first place. So I believe that he's the more well-rounded fighter, because I know O'Malley talks a big game about jiu-jitsu, and he says it's his favorite sport, and he loves doing it, this, that, and the other, but he's like, I love knocking people out. So how much do you really focus on jiu-jitsu, bro?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, yeah, that is a good point, and a lot of the times, these lankier, taller strikers, such as Sean O'Malley, you see a lot of them, if they do get taken down on the ground, if they lack a certain amount of not even skill, but just conditioning on the ground. You know what I mean? Like just that ground game conditioning that you still got to build, even if you're not a great ground specialist. If they lack that, guys like him usually get bossed up on the ground. But Chico Vera, his opponent, he looks like he's a shorter guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he is shorter. I don't know. Let me pull him up real quick. I can tell you how tall he is.
Yeah, because he looks more stocky and more of a compact build for that weight class.
I don't know. I know O'Malley's only like 5'11".
Yeah, he's
not only, but he's tall for bantamweight. Hell yeah.
For 135, that's a very tall fighter.
Cheeto's 5'8".
5'8". Okay, so I mean he's got just he's got a few inches of room to work with, but yeah, we'll see. So why do you think that you have a gut feeling that he's gonna get beat by Chico Vera?
Just because his ground game is, if he's able to get it to the ground, he'll be able to pull off the victory. If O'Malley's able to keep it on the feet, because I don't think he's gonna finish Vera. Vera's never been finished in the UFC ever.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be a decision or submission. One of the two.
Okay.
And if it goes submission, Cheeto Vera. If it goes decision, I still think Cheeto Vera because of the ground game.
Really? Wow.
He's going to outpoint him, bro. O'Malley's only good with his hands, bro. That's it.
Okay, boy. Man, you don't think it's enough to pull off? I mean, he's hot though. I mean, he's coming off of some highlight reel wins, man. I mean, you don't think that he's been training adequately this whole time on anything? You think he's just been sitting back smoking too much of the herb?
No, I think he's been training and I think he's been working hard.
Yeah.
But I just don't think he's gonna have enough to pull it off.
Okay. Well, what's the rankings? By the way, for both fighters, is Mally what 14?
14, and Vero's not ranked anymore.
He's not ranked. Ooh, wow. So you think that Vero's gonna fucking take this spot from fucking O'Malley?
For sure.
Damn. Take that O'Malley train down, man. Fuck, he's got a lot going for him right now, O'Malley, and if he takes a loss from an unranked guy, man, that could be pretty bad for his stock right now. Could be really bad for his stock.
It could be, but the UFC thinks that Vera won his last fight against Song Yadong, which would have put him in the top 10.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess in a way it is a top 10 ranked opponent in the UFC's eyes.
Technically, yeah. That makes sense. I guess that makes sense. So this should be for the more researched fan, this is definitely a good matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be an interesting one to see.
Sure, but you're a big Sean O'Malley fan, man. So for you to say that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it sucks. I like O'Malley a lot. He's a good fighter, and he's interesting to watch, but I don't think he's going to be able to pull this one off, unfortunately.
How about if he wins by fucking vicious KO?
I'll be happy, dude. He'll shock me. Because I don't think it's going to happen.
A Cody Garbrandt right hand out of nowhere.
Vera's not he's not, Eddie Wineland is old. and everybody else he's fucking fought.
Yeah.
Is an undercard fighter. So this is truly his first official real match. UFC fight.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Hold up, let me grab my charger. My phone's about to fucking die. Give me a second.
Dude. While you're doing that, I'm gonna pull up the card.
So.
All right, people. We went through Stipe. We got that. Oh, I forgot. JDS is coming back. That's gonna be a good one against Rosenstrike.
Yeah, JDS, man. Fucking, he's a soldier in the game, man. Still going strong.
Have you seen him recently, bro? He is shredded.
Oh man, that whatever they got out there in Brazil I mean, I know he's on that Vitor shit, bro. You know he got the same fucking Vitor stack.
Hell yeah, that's funny as fuck. I hope he doesn't get knocked out fucking recklessly, but it'll probably be brutal.
You think so?
Jairzinho Rosenstruck is fucking ruthless, man.
Man, hold on, mate. Bro, it's a good. My fucking iPhone gets pretty good. Length on a full charge.
Yeah.
When I got that mic plugged in, that should be draining the fuck out of it.
Yeah, dude, that shit takes a lot of juice.
Yes, it does.
But hey, they moved my boy Marab from Sarah Longo to the main card. He's fighting Josh Dodson. Holy shit, I haven't heard Josh Dodson's name in a long ass time.
Dodson, that's
I heard John Dodson, my bad. Not Josh.
Yeah, John Dodson, he's wait, what weight class is this? This is 125?
Bantamweight, 135.
Nice. What's up?
Let's see. Oh, Herbert Burns. That's the featured prelim. Felice Herring. She's pretty bad. This is a pretty stacked card, dude. This is going to be fun.
Hey, speaking of, what's that called? Your female MMA crushes. Fucking Paige Van Zandt.
Oh, yeah. Boxing. Bare knuckle, bro. That face is ruined. R.I.P. Whoa. I commented that shit on her post. I said R.I.P.
Oh. Why would she do that? Why? BKFC, or sorry, BKFC. If you guys are really paying that well, send over the contracts. I want to see these because if you're getting someone like Paige Van Zandt to want to climb in there and fucking duke it out old school style, bare knuckle, you guys must be paying off the ass.
Her contract's over $1 million.
That's not bad for her. That's more money than she would make in whatever amount of time UFC would, lay out for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder how many fights. It's apparently multiple fights, so that's really gonna be fucking interesting.
Yeah. Oh man, I hope she gets a good boxing coach.
I hope so too, man. She's down at the real ATT now, so.
Okay. Well,
hopefully that works out for her.
See, listen, have you watched any of the bare knuckle? Because there's two organizations, just so people know. There's bare knuckle fight championships, BKFC, and then there's Valor bare knuckle. So Valor is a different organization,
right?
But they still do bare knuckle. But the difference is Valor uses like a open pit concept where there's no ropes, there's no cage. It's just a pit that kind of almost looks like a bowl, and then it kind of just sinks into the center. And then obviously the spectators are around it. And then BKFC is like a boxing ring, but it's a circular, it's a circle, rope circle essentially, but it's a boxing ring.
Yeah, just so people know.
Yeah, so she's with BKFC. That's what I heard the contract's for, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the thing. If people haven't watched that yet and might eventually start watching it, I think I've sent you a couple of things way back in the day about like bare knuckle and shit.
Yeah, I've watched a couple there. That's fucking brutal, bro.
It's brutal, but listen, the thing is
it's natural.
It's natural. There's been a few like ex-pro boxers, like I think a couple of old world champions from like, a while back that went on either BKFC or Valor, both of them, if I'm not mistaken. But usually the better boxers will do better. I mean, sorry, the good boxers or the pro boxers will do better in these bare knuckle fights. But it is brutal, and if Paige Van Zandt, is going to take a picture or a page out of a book from each of the better fighters in that, because it gets kind of boring to watch these guys because it almost feels like you're watching, old school high school fights. You know what I mean? For some reason, the action is a little different. It's hard to describe, and I know a lot of people will probably get on me about that. But listen, it's brutal fighting bare knuckle. Everyone knows who's ever been in a street fight, and dude, you can get skimmed off anything, or you can just get into a clinch or get into a situation where both of you come together, and if a knuckle scrapes or if a finger accidentally pokes you, it can really fuck you up, man. So Paige, she's definitely is in for a big one because you gotta be gritty to fight in something like that.
Yeah, bro, I don't know what the fuck she's thinking. She's not that fucking good. She's not good. Okay,
she's never been really good as I mean, I've seen her get picked apart in the past by really good strikers in the octagon. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Her fucking she goes by a 12 gauge, but there is no 12 in it or any gauge behind any of those goddamn punches.
Yeah. No, and it's a kind of a weird thing to think about, but my biggest assumption is she's gonna have major sponsors. That's where she's really gonna make her money.
Yeah, but is it really worth losing your fucking face?
Maybe she's got the DC mentality, bro.
Bro, she'll do anything for a dollar. She is going to be battered.
She wants to get the bags, my friend.
I mean, she's got makeup, so she can cover up all those scars. But
yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. I mean,
that ain't gonna be pretty.
No, and it makes you think of what her real motive is. I mean, does she really need to continue chasing the fight bag when she's made a pretty decent living? And I'm sure she's got a lot of other avenues open for her outside of fighting. You know what I mean? Like, I know that she's made a pretty good amount for any UFC fighter, man or woman. You know what I mean? So it's kind of kind of a weird prospect for her, but maybe she really just needs the money, bro.
She was talking all that shit like she didn't need it, and then she made more I make more outside the UFC. But now she's signing $1 million contracts to get her ass beat bare knuckle. Like, that's fucking hilarious. But I mean, that's kind of what Dana White wanted. She didn't go to Bellator. She didn't go to ONE FC. She didn't go to fucking anywhere. She got banished to fucking bare knuckle boxing. That is hilarious.
Banished. Bitch was banished.
Hell yeah. Fuck, dude. So, fuck, what did I want to bring up? There was something I wanted to bring up. Damn. Oh, Robert Whitaker and Darren Till was supposed to be on this card? Oh, yeah, they did that earlier, though. There's some shit I wanted to talk about, and now I can't fucking find it.
Darren Till,
they were gonna put the Robert Whitaker and Darren Till card on 252, but they moved it ahead.
Yep.
Oh, Yoel Romero's injured. He's not fighting Uriah Hall anymore.
Yeah, I saw that. He had to pull out of it.
I'm not sure what the injury is, though.
Probably something to do with his knees, bro. I can guarantee it.
That or fucking roids.
This is the thing. That man, Yoel is genetically gifted. First off, let's address that.
Genetically jacked, yes.
And he's jacked on top of it because of the gear he takes.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the thing. That his genetics combined with the gear he's taken, right? It pushes his body to a point where not only looks, like he's in his 20s, but he essentially feels and also practices like he's 20, or 25 because of the type of strength and athleticism he possesses on top with that gear. That gear, because it's unnatural, and why people are confusing, if they haven't watched our show before or listened to it, and asking, what does he keep saying? What by gear? That's the underground term for steroids, people. Gear. So just so people know, you already know that. But the fact of the matter is, the gear that he's on makes his body perform like he's 25, makes his brain and his function think, okay, I'm young, but he's still in a 40-something-year-old's frame. He's still got the wear and tear of not only a 40-something-year-old, but a 40-something-year-old who's been a professional fighter all of his adult life. You know what I'm saying? So whatever injuries, I just hypothetically said it could have been his knee, because that's usually the first thing to go out in any older fighter, especially when they're pushing the limit the way he is.
Yeah, he always pushes the max, man. That dude is fucking crazy.
He's a dog. He's a beast. He's an animal. But, we know that he's on shit because at that age, you don't have that kind of vigor unless you fucking, we've seen it through the UFC's history. So if people want to fucking argue about that, check your facts. Watch every single older UFC fighter that was performing up until in his 40s, and you tell me if he wasn't on fucking gear.
Hell yeah.
You feel me?
I feel you. But I'm stoked for this fucking bout with Colby Covington and Tyron Woodley, bro.
So is it official?
Yeah, it's official now.
It's official.
Shit's gonna be sick.
That's a beautiful matchup. We've all been waiting for that one. That's a beautiful one, bro.
They finally get to settle their beef, dude. I'm so stoked for that shit.
Who are you rooting for? Who are you a fan of, style-wise, in the ring?
Honestly, I'm not a fan of either one of them. I just want to see them beat the shit out of each other.
I know, isn't it? Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I know. That's my thoughts exactly. I'm like, both, obviously Woodley being a fucking standout wrestler, being juiced as fuck the way he is. I'm not hating, people. I'm not fucking hating. I'm just stating. I'm not hating. I'm stating facts. My man Robbie knows. So like, get in on it with us. Fucking throw some of your fucking comments at us about that topic specifically. But Covington's always been intriguing to me, because I've heard his name, like I said, floating around from a lot of MMA fighters that I train with, out in Chico, California. They're big fans of him out here because a lot of standout wrestlers and jiu-jitsu guys all love training out here in Chico, and obviously Covington style. I mean, he's a goddamn workhorse, dude. His stamina is out of this world. You know why? Because the dude's not fucking oversized for 170, so he's not cutting insane amounts of weight. So he's got the gas tank in every fight, bro.
Oh yeah, he definitely proved that in the Usman fight, bro. And the fact that he still went out there with a broken jaw is wild.
It's wild, fucking wild, dude.
But he's not at ATT anymore, so that's gonna be interesting.
Where's he at?
That is undisclosed information. He is now training under Covington Martial Arts.
So he's probably got his own little warehouse set up. Yeah, that makes sense. So if Kobe can get past Woodley, let's say, you think Kobe's gonna have that Masvidal matchup?
I fucking hope so.
Yeah, they need to. They need to, man. We've been talking about that one for a couple of episodes too. Because I've been seeing Gamebred active on social media, and I think he had a tweet. I think you reposted it on our page, and it was something in regards to him saying, he's up next, he's ready, like he feels fine after this Fight Island matchup, and he's ready to move on to the next. You know what I mean? But this is my logical question. Who do you think they can match him up with in the meantime if he's on the sidelines waiting for the Covington Woodley results? Do you think he's gonna Leon
Edwards? Fuck one, right?
Yeah, because he's on the come up. Obviously, he's been in that. He's faced everyone pretty much. I mean, Leon Edwards didn't he take a loss from Usman?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think a little farther back.
Let me double check.
But he's got a good amount of wins. He's got a good amount of wins in that weight class. So that seems like a logical matchup to me too. That now that you brought that up, because it'd be a good one for Masvidal to still prove that he's on top of his game.
Big facts, what I mean? Dude. Facts.
Didn't let Masvidal, that BMF title.
And plus, he slapped him up in the back at what fight was that? I think it was McGregor and Cowboy.
What he got into it with Leon Edwards?
Yeah, Masvidal and Leon Edwards got into it in the backstage of that event, and he ended up punching Leon in the face. So Leon wants that.
He wants that. He wants his get back.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. He did lose to Kamaru by decision.
Yeah.
Back in 2015.
Yeah.
But he hasn't lost since.
He hasn't. I was just about to say that. Fucking, he's been on a streak.
Took out, let's see, Cowboy, RDA, Gunnar Nelson, Vicente Luque, and that's about all I know. That's a beautiful record, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's been when I pulled up his record a few weeks back, I noticed that he's, like I said, he's got some serious wins in that weight class. Serious.
Fuck yeah. I thought.
What's his rank right now?
I'm pretty sure he's in line for a title shot. He's got to be in the top couple, at least top 5.
10. Yeah.
I'll check on UFC's app right now. Yeah, he's number 3.
Nice.
So it's Gilbert Burns, Colby, and then Leon. And then Masvidal's behind him. So that actually is perfect.
That is. Ooh. Yes. Yeah, what a hot division 170 is right now.
Yeah, they're stacked, bro. With fucking
stacked.
Gilbert Burns and Usman going at it. And then you got fucking the number 1 contenders are fucking sorting their shit out below them. So that's going to be interesting as fuck.
Stacked. Oh, man. That's lovely. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
So did you see TJ Dillashaw, or not TJ, I'm sorry, Cody Garbrandt's going down to 125?
No way. He's going to drop to 125. He's got, I think he could make it. He's not a tall guy at all.
No, I think he's only like 5'4" or something like
that. Yeah, he's real compact, bro. And I know he carries a little bit of weight on him because he definitely has some muscle on his.
Oh, he's 5'8". My bad. I was way off.
Yeah, he's I'm sure he can make 125, dude. I mean, he's got such a solid team over there. Obviously, he works diligently with his head coach. Obviously, Ryan Faber's a master at not only uh, tech, strategic planning for a fight, but also weight cutting, man. Fucking Uriah Faber. If you got Uriah Faber as your fucking head coach, you can whatever decision you make obviously goes through him. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. He probably writes the fucking plan out for him, which is actually cool.
What do you think he'd do at 125, man? Because him coming there at 5'8" with his knockout power at his current weight class, dude, it sounds like he can do a lot of damage at 120. It sounds like he would dominate at 125.
He's already fighting for the title. He's fighting Davison Figueiredo, the dude who just choked out Joseph Benavidez.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. So when's that matchup fucking scheduled for?
October something.
Oh, dude. What do you think's gonna happen with that one?
I have no fucking idea, dude. That's the one fight I can't predict. Let me see when it is.
Let me get the inside scoop with Coach Marcus Reeves. I know he's definitely getting ready for that training camp.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's gonna be in his corner.
Yep, that's a guarantee.
That's cool as fuck, though.
Song Yadong and Garbrandt's they've been training, man. They've been putting clips online. They've been sparring routinely now.
Who has been? I'm sorry. My bad.
Cody Garbrandt, and Song Yadong.
Oh shit, yeah. I've seen some of those. That's sick.
Yeah, they're at their own training camp right now. They have a few clips that they float around on their IG stories and shit. So they're staying busy out there in Team Alpha Male, bro.
That's good, bro. Yeah, these dudes. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was about to say at Uriah's Ultimate Fitness.
Uriah's, that's what it's called. Uriah's Ultimate Fitness.
Yes, and you know who's training there for his fight is that guy that I mentioned. That's on the Mike Tyson undercard, Blake McKernan, the one fighting Badu Jack. So he's a pro boxer, obviously. He's 13-0, but he's training and doing all of his sparring and training at Uriah's gym.
That's cool shit.
Yeah, isn't it? So Uriah's got dude, his place is huge. So he's got MMA fighters in their training camp doing their sparring. He's got boxers. It's crazy over there, man. Whatever what he's setting up out there, obviously Coach Marcus Reeves is involved in helping him out over there. But Uriah's got one hell of a setup out there in Sacramento, bro. It's crazy.
They're gonna bring you over there or what?
Yeah, I'm supposed to go over there for sparring. I actually haven't been to his facility yet. They've got a couple of guys already lined up. I already sparred one of his kickboxers. We were in the boxing ring together for a few rounds. He's got talent, man. Yeah, his guys definitely got talent, and I think I'll be over there next week. I don't know. I get so fucking fed up with that 2-hour plus drive, dude. Doing that on a daily basis is not fun. That's why I live up in the mountain and fucking I try to avoid the long city drives, but I'll eventually go up there. Right now, I'm trying to build my own fucking steel warehouse on my property and have a legit boxing ring in here. So I'll try and invite guys out there. Yeah, out from over here. So, but yeah, I'll definitely go over there. When I do, I'll take some pics. I'll definitely. I know I'll see Song out there, but they've got their guys going strong in training camp right now. They haven't been shut down, dude. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, that's insane. That's good though.
It's good, but they obviously they're a pro team, so it's they can finagle it. Not to mention they got the UFC's pool behind them. You feel me?
Yeah, no doubt about that shit. So last night on Contender Series, Faber had somebody on there. This 21-year-old chick from Wales, I believe. Nice. She ended up getting a contract.
Really?
Yep.
That's amazing. So he brought her on, and she was training at Team Alpha Male?
Correct.
Wow. That's good for her. So what's her name?
Her name is... What the fuck is this chick's name? Fuck, it totally escaped me. Give me a second.
I saw UFC post up like the pics of all the people off the Contender Series that made it, that obviously had wins. So I might have seen a picture of her.
I posted it last night. What the heck is this chick's name? Oh, here we go. Corey McKenna is her name.
Corey McKenna. Okay, nice. And she's from Wales, you said, right?
Correct. Yeah, she fights at 115, I believe.
Ooh, nice. Was that strawweight?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Very nice. So what does that win put her at for her MMA record?
Yeah, it's strawweight. So she actually looked really good, man. Should be interesting to see.
Nice. What's her record right now?
Her record is... What is this shit? Oh, the Hobbit. She calls herself the Hobbit. That's hilarious.
The Hobbit. That is it. Well, that's one hell of a nickname.
She's 5-1.
5-1. Nice. This is a good jump start to her big times, man.
Yeah,
she
bro.
got a UFC contract. So what? Because I didn't watch the Contender Series. Obviously, we've touched base on it a few times, but when they're on this show and they have that win, they have that spotlight win. Does that guarantee them like a multi-fight contract for the UFC?
No, just kind of gives them a chance to get one or not. So basically, they all fight. There's usually only 5 fights, and then at the end, Dana will go to the back. Basically, he'll just go talk to Sean Shelby, and they determine who gets a contract at the end of the night.
Wow, nice. Well, guaranteed after every win, they at least have one fight in the future in the UFC, and either way, one fight in the UFC every, even if you get one every 2 months, is your chance to be in the big times and prove yourself. So either way, good for them. And I saw that post you sent me about the Contender Series, trying to address all the fighters and how to actually register to get on this, because I know that we were talking about how fighters should just be DMing or fucking just being at the front door of all these promoters and all these fucking execs, and man, good for them, man. Fucking they cause an uproar in that Contender Series situation now that they're going to have an official channel for them to actually register and go through the proper way. That's amazing, bro. Good for them, because they're going to see so much good talent, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Much. It's going to be good for them. They're busy releasing people. The guy, what was that kid's name? Austin Hubbard. Remember the kid who trains with Drysdale? And he ended up quitting in the first round? Yeah, they released him. Isn't that fucked up?
Really? Oh, no. Man, I thought they would at least give that kid another shot, but god damn, they released him. That's heavy.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Dana was like, "Oh yeah, we'll give you another shot. He deserves another shot." Bam, released.
Wow, what a cold business. What
it's a cold business, bro.
People. It's the fight game, and it's not only the fight game. It's the UFC.
So don't quit in the UFC.
Don't quit in the UFC, people. If you're in the UFC, realize who you're working for. That's the way you got to put it, because in the UFC, it becomes a job. It becomes your corporate head. So just stay on your P's and Q's, man, and don't say one wrong word.
For real, otherwise you're gonna get released. Oh, yeah. That reminds me, Corey Anderson. Did you see that? He's going to Bellator.
Wow. So was that a trade?
They released him from his contract. How fucked up is that?
How many fights does he have left on his contract?
He had 2 fights left, and he asked for his release, and within 30 seconds they said sure.
Wow.
Yeah, I listened to his interview today.
That's insane. So you think Corey's is happy about getting signed to Bellator?
Oh, absolutely. He's making more money, dude, and he has a better shot at a belt.
There's been a few sources, valid sources in MMA, that have stated many times and have been on record, especially talking about times when these people, these execs, these insider minds talk to a lot of UFC fighters, and you know what they tell them all the time? That you're better off leaving the UFC. That's what they tell everybody, and I'm talking execs. I'm only saying them, quote unquote, these valid minds in the game and these execs, because I don't want to misstate my I don't want to say anything false and mention the wrong names, but I know that these are high end execs and promoters and people that are involved in the fight game in MMA. And all of them say that all these people are better off leaving the UFC. How crazy is that, bro?
That's insane. Corey Anderson admitted that he admitted that DC told him to leave, dude.
Wow.
Because he was just training with him for the Stipe fight, and DC convinced him to leave, and so did Frankie Edgar, I believe.
Wow.
But yet they're still fighting for championships. Isn't that fucked up? You're telling your friends to leave, but yet you're still getting the title shots. So,
well, I think these guys though, they have different contracts with the UFC. I think
that's true.
DC and Edgar, they're all what I call franchise fighters. You know what I mean? They're franchise fighters, and they can't go anywhere. They don't have an option. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta either finish their career in the UFC or get as many fights as possible before the fucking the ship sails. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good advice, because I think what DC and Frankie, obviously you can validate this without even having to really know the exact facts, but two old heads in the game of MMA, and of course, obviously the UFC, they're gonna give a young fighter with more promise in his career, dude. Of course, they're gonna tell him, after they've seen the business side. Both guys have commentated for the UFC. They've been involved in behind the scenes shit. Of course, they're gonna be like, well, fuck, fight for Bellator on a different network, more exposure. Oh, and sponsors.
Yeah.
You can have your own sponsors. Oh my goodness. Yes, you're young and you got
and no USADA.
There's a big one. There's the big one. There's the big one, people. No USADA. That means.
And it's only 3-round fights.
And they're 3-round fights. Yeah, exactly. But I think the biggest aspect is because you have DAZN covering Bellator, you have a different fan base, and you have you have a different market for it. And I mean, look at one championships, ONE FC. And ONE FC tailors to Southeast Asia, places over there where guys like Sage Northcutt, dude, they're superstars out there, out in Asia and out in Singapore.
That's where he ended up going.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Sage Northcutt and his sister, they both. But Sage Northcutt, I think he's been on a layoff for a while, if I'm not mistaken. But he got knocked out by a man named Cosmo Alexander.
I'm looking that up too.
Yeah, Cosmo Alexander. He's a stiffer kind of guy. He reminds me. He kind of stands like Anthony. What's his face? Johnson. Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of real stiff and like just powerful with his striking.
Speaking of him, he's coming back.
Yeah. To the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck! I thought he was released from the UFC. I thought he was fighting in Bellator.
Rumble? I don't know. I heard he's coming back, man.
Fucking Rumble, man. That dude. I don't know. First off, Anthony Rumble Johnson. A man that's been known to walk around at like 220, make 170 all the time, bro. Isn't that nuts?
That is nuts, dude. I don't know how he's fucking huge, bro. I don't know how he made that.
Huge. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he wants to come back.
Well, fuck, good for him, but I don't know where he stands in that whole scenario, and he's older.
Yeah, I don't know.
Years and years of that juice, man. Fucking, he's gonna end up being like Kevin Randleman.
Hell yeah, dude. I like Rumble though. He just posts about weed and shit all day on Instagram.
Good for him though. Rumble's cool. Rumble, he was a freight train for a while, bro. He was knocking guys out at 170 like it was nothing.
Human wrecking ball, bro. It's insane.
Human wrecking ball. Yep. Good for him, dude. Well, but yeah, man, fucking, if all these fighters start going to Bellator, I think that'd be amazing. That'd be great. Is it
wrong?
It'd be
big for them.
Is it wrong of me to, because I'm a fight fan in general, and so are you, but is it wrong of me to just have that thought in the back of my mind, like, man, wouldn't it be great if the UFC just fell apart?
It would. I mean, it is 2020. Anything can fucking happen, dude.
Man,
Bellator could become the new UFC. Now that Showtime owns, now that they got the deal with Showtime, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be realistic if they, like, that Showtime acquisition was the right move for Bellator, obviously. But if they can continue those smart decisions going forward, now being on Showtime and now, getting a little more steam and getting a little more spotlight, yeah, they could rival UFC in 5 years. But to be at UFC's level is almost a virtually impossible feat to do for any organization right now. You know what I mean?
They got to get rid of Lyoto and Fedor first, and the rest of the tomato cans.
Yeah. See, that's the big that is a good point, Robbie, because there's a lot of older tomato cans right now floating around in Bellator, and it's not good for their I guess you could say their talent pool and validizing, the level of talent they got, because they got a lot of, like you said, a lot of washed up guys coming out of the UFC getting released. They need more young stars, obviously, more guys that can fucking give them that fresh take, because now that UFC has the Contender Series, essentially, dude, UFC is monopolizing MMA. That's how they're doing it, and I mean they've been doing it for years, man. So that's gonna be crazy. But I think Bellator has a slight edge in regards to, just the freshness and the just the overall look, man. I mean, you got all these, like, it gives you that being back in like prize fighting feeling, where everyone's got their own design on their trunks, everyone's got their own sponsors. You know what I mean? Like it's not as corporate as UFC is. So yeah, they got a slight edge, but it's going to be fun to see now that they're on Showtime, bro. Showtime is my favorite shit to watch boxing, obviously. So my favorite platform for boxing right now, for me, and I'm a fan of every fighter in every organization and promotion, but I love watching Premier Boxing Championships, and they do Fox, they do CBS, and then obviously they do Showtime. So Showtime is where it's at. Period.
Oh, no doubt about that, bro.
Yeah.
But you're right. Watching Bellator reminds me of watching UFC back in the day in like 2005, 2006, 2007. Like seeing all the sponsors, having crazy ass shorts.
Yeah.
Like
it's a different vibe.
Having Goldberg, fucking
that's
Big John. Having John, their commentary team is honestly way better than UFC.
So do you like it from the one that you've seen recently? Like, do you feel that it's pretty up there in regards to expertise and entertainment? Like that balance.
You can tell the level of talent isn't as high quality, but for the lack of fucking talent they have, they make up in commentary and lights and shit like that. So I mean, all around, yes. But if you're looking for entertaining fights, you can watch the main event.
Exactly. For now, they're still building their shit. But if guys are getting released from the UFC and going straight to Bellator that are still young, obviously. It's a start. I mean, one or two, it's the trickle effect. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So we just have to wait and see. What the talent pool will decide to do. But if a lot of these young guys from the UFC make a right decision, go to Bellator.
Yeah, they're definitely going to make more money doing that shit.
Dude, yeah,
it'll be interesting.
Dude, it's not only more money, bro, but freedom. Freedom to be your own business, man. Because in the UFC, it's like, how much freedom do you really have to work with, especially if you can't wear a certain brand in your fights? Like, that's what, as a fighter, as a businessman that is trying to promote your fighting, if you cannot have anything to bring onto your platform, your main platform, which is being in the main event, which is being in your fights, then there's really only so much you can do. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. They made O'Malley throw a fucking UFC shirt on over his new hoodie because it's
That's
O'Malley
bullshit.
brand. And they don't even fucking let him represent his own shit.
Fuck the UFC for that one, bro. Fuck them royally on that. That's fucked up. I see O'Malley shit, man. He's got a vibe himself, man. He's doing his thing.
He is doing his thing, man. You have to respect it.
Of course. And I think a lot of fighters need to take prime example of what's going on. You know, whether you're a boxer or an MMA, you are a business, and you got to make the right business decisions. And you can't always follow the norm. And a lot of boxers right now, they want to have that undefeated record. They want to fucking be that, you know, that money fighter, that you know, every fighter goes down the same road. They try to stay undefeated for as long as they want, or as long as they can, like Floyd Mayweather did. But the difference is Floyd Mayweather wasn't fighting tomato cans coming up. These guys are literally handpicking, you know, guys left and right, making sure that they know that they can beat him, which is good in regards to trying to keep your image. But you're not going to grow your business if you're just known as a tomato can fighter. Trust and believe. And in MMA, it's different. But I think a lot of these guys need to take Sean O'Malley's example, and a lot of guys before and after him, and see what the UFC is doing and realize what you're getting into before you sign that fucking UFC contract. And, you know, you might not be signing that lifetime franchise deal, but if you're signing a 3-year multi-fight deal in the UFC, you just realize a lot can happen in 3 years. Do you really want to fucking be stuck as a corporate head in the UFC and end up being you know, just a mid-level name and not being able to fucking finagle and get other sponsors and do that? Or would you rather, you know, try and build it more organically? So that's just food for thought. You know, I can talk about that all the time, but that's the last thought and food for thought on my end for the night, my brother.
Hell yeah. And with that, everybody, one thing I forgot to mention in the beginning is that our 20% off discount code was slept on is live, bro. So that's T3. Nice. If everybody wants to go get our 20% off, we'll hook you up with a shirt. Enjoy. Follow us on Instagram. Fucking. Oh shit, where am I going with this? Subscribe, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Amazon Prime, fucking
all of it, people.
Everywhere.
All of it. Listen,
keep showing us love.
Keep showing us love. We'll get back to you soon. Episode 21. We're out.
We're out.